are gonna be back again because this is global banner pick, so everything still can happen, and even the weirdest combination, if that works, that will be working. It depends on the team and depend on the player. That's what Lemon said. It depends on the pilot, not depend on the meta. Yeah, the meta will also having some thing that can like slower the progress of the hero or what, but the adaptation of the items or maybe the emblems, it will work for the hero on this patch. So yeah, we're gonna see.
But then again, here, one of the heroes that you've just mentioned is actually banned first here. The 1-1 is just close like that. And from RQ Mika, they've banned out that Guinevere. They've used it in the first game. They know on how to utilize it very well. So I'm just gonna close that hero because I don't want to face it. I know that full potential of the Guinevere is just really a menace, I would say. But then again, from the side of Homegirls, they've banned out the Matilda, and from RQ Mika is the Terisla. Both support and also EXP lane, one of the heroes that is quite recently used and quite popular, I might say. From like the Matilda, it has its circling eagle. It immense out of the lesser movement heroes were able to get out because of that skill. And from the Terisla itself, the ultimate that has been used is just fully would be a very disruptive thing. Not to mention that the Faramis and also the Nolan is just banned out.
Yeah, the Faramis Nolan is out, but Bastia is still there though. I mean, like the rotation coming from Bastia is just like super good. Bastia Shield United, Tortoise Puissance, I think like one of the strongest tank hero that can be used on the jungle, to be honest, because with the rotation, with the slow evac, along with the damage that can be given by the Bastia, I do prefer Bastia compared to the other hero on the jungle if it's a tank. But yeah, with that, the answer coming from the RQ Mika was a Joy and an Angela. We know how Lele was using Joy yesterday, and she is just, I must say, unstoppable at some point with the damage, full damage. The Joy of full damage, and this Livy can be using Angela. They might be adapting what they have yesterday with Angela that is going for a mid lane, so they can pick another one as the roam because they have another damage dealer, which is the EXP lane here, the Joy. So it might be going that way. While for the side of Homegirls, they're picking over the Kaja along with the Brody because they know they need someone or better or more CC to stop the movement from the Joy.
Okay, from Dawn, try to secure onto the Akai. Okay, so this template combination of a support hero and a tanky jungler would be a very nice thing to do. But from Homegirls, they've secured that, the Brody. I do really agree on to what you've said, fellow Jave. And yet, from the banning phase, RQ Mika choose to close down the Valentina. Again, one of the heroes that they've played in the first game. And they know that if this is just let loose, the Valentina can really just copy any skill that they need. Homegirls can utilize that hard guard very well, or maybe the heavy spin from the Akai pinning down one of the players to RQ Mika. So it's just too big of a risk. And after that, closing into the Cloud and also the Khalid.
Yeah, I mean, like the Khalid is one of the best. I do like how Raging Sandstorm, that's a tornado, is are good skills to dive in to try to give the damage towards the opponent. And I love how they are banning over that to prevent the diving combination to go for the back line here, especially the hero that will be picked by Ashe. I don't know if Ashe will be going for a Bruno or maybe going for, because I do believe if you're facing a Brody, Bruno is one of the good hero to go against it, but because they are facing a Basha, Kari is much more makes sense. But it means for RQ Mika, they really need to put out a really good setup, a really good defense for the Kari for not being picked by the side of Kaja, because this Kaja with the flicker, and if they are picking over the Kadita, it will be focusing towards this carry.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Jumping into the backline would be a tough one, but then again, Carrie's nickname that hero as a tank killer would be a big meaning here. And going up against Lapu, okay, they're trying to make out for a lot of tanky heroes. I wouldn't know if the Kaja would go into the build as in a full tank or as a fighter tank, that we never know for that. But from RQ Mika is still just trying to find in of a good way to know and utilize it very well. And the last pick here is just leaving out the mage or even the roamer.
I think.
Yeah, either one, because
I think Estes,
the Angela would actually
or
be a good thing here. Oh, it's
Or
a
Ruby.
Ruby.
It's still a good one, though.
Yeah, it's still a good one.
Yeah. Because I think like with the Ruby, it have more CC, so they're just like to make the movement coming from the side of Homegirls a little bit slower and a little bit more stop here, because with the I am good, the slow evac, the I am offender, don't run Wolf King, I think like all of that was stopping and trying to prevent more dive in, because I do believe that with the combination coming from Homegirls, they really want to contest with the team fight as well. So their winning condition, it might be stopping the movement or maybe the rotation from the Joy, or even not letting this carry to have the item that she is expecting.
Okay, slowing down the gold lane. It's one of the objectives here, and we're going to see how they execute that. How this combination of the hero lineup plays out in the second game of the day. So I really can't wait to see for that.
Definitely. Because again, this might be a match point for RQ, so we will witness into the Land of Dawn, the second game of Best of 3 series here, Unipin Ladies Series Southeast Asia Championship 2023. It's a playoff day for Homegirls from Malaysia, SG, along with RQ Mika from Indonesia.
Okay, for our talents prediction here, we're both going into our Q Mika. And let's not forget, this is just a prediction first, guys. We're going to find out how these things are just going to play out. And did you know that? Did you see that Angela? That new skin?
That is so good! Can I get that one?
Yes, you can. You can just go to the Unipin website and just redeem a lot of your points up into the last year. So go and redeem it now, because if it's after 31st December, your points will be resetted. And not to mention that you can also top up a lot of your diamonds with 3 Bima Plus. And you can use it quite well and also buy the diamonds from the Unipin website.
And you can also get to 10 gigabytes of data right there from the Bima tree right there. So you definitely want to go and aim for that. Well, for the side of RQ, I think with this lineup that they are having a whole hash here, trying to run away, trying to ignore the movement, but the first blood directly go for the side of RQ Mika and RQ. They still want to go for more, but they are trying to defend the presence of Yogoi here to be able to survive.
Okay, first turtle is just going in the 7th second, but Rosemary is quite aggressive right in the middle, pinning down and just rushing in front of Thon and also Livy. Is just quite aggressive. Okay, a flicker for an offensive move from Ash, but then again didn't really secure that kill. So still, play it chill, play it cool, because RQ Mika is here and is starting the turtle. Ash and also Rina is trying to help in again, barge in with the baby spider from the back line with the Vengeance opening up, and also the rough waves diving in, leaving the Gyogoi, the Ruby, and also the Joy needs to move back, regen, and reset.
I think like with Tan having the first blood here on her hand, it's going to be one of the skill up situation, but Rina still aim for Tan's orange buff here, still able to be secured here by the side of our Mika, but it was forcing Homegirls to waste a little bit of time here, wasting it to the jungle of the side of our Mika, despite that they are able to secure maybe one or two neutral jungle. Our Homegirls, right now, they are in the 1,000 deficit of gold compared to our Mika. Fafao needs to collect the item earlier compared to our Mika, because for the later the game, I'm, to be honest, scared with the carry's presence. We still don't know how is the progress for the carry, but back again, if we are talking about the hero, the later the game, the more painful it is, the damage coming from carry because of the true damage, etc.
Okay, Fafa opening up the torn apart memory just to clear up the wave, because Nani aiming up to Ash, but from the side, a bit of a flag from Ton, and also Rina pinning down Rosemary, getting in again, but 4 people just all out on that one player. It's just too nasty for the damage that is given. Okay, finding a great way to again maneuver around, but remember that the turtle needs to be set it up around 15 seconds more here. And from the bottom lane, Yogoi and Ash is quite active here. Arena trying to pin down again Yogoi with a torn part memory, taking her down, leaving Ash all alone. And even 4 players from Homegirls are actually rotating onto the bottom lane.
Onto the bottom lane here, what we saw, the Honey still trying to open up the bushes, trying to go for something. They want to try to play aggressively to the side of our Mika, but right now only had of the turtle. We are seeing the breakfast fighter that is being used by Ash here, but it's still secured by Tad using the heavy speed along with the retribution. And now we saw that actually it's quite passive. The game is not as intense as before, because previously RQ was very aggressive to the side of Homegirls, but this time they are more like, okay, let's give them time to try to adapt and getting the items that they want, especially for Lele, because Lele also needs item here. So they are trying to pile up the gold for Ash along with the Lele Pinkan.
Okay, but from RQ just trying to barge in onto the bottom lane, I'm offended going into the Falfa. Ash opening up with the spinning light wheel. Then again with a flicker gone out defensively. Torn apart memory going into the 4 players there. Hani bursting it down with the rough waves, going in again with the double kill. Then with a heavy spin pinning it down. Even so, didn't really get the chance to move out from Rina, but leaving only Livy herself with a flicker of defensive going in. But Rina tried to stun in again, leaving a lot of distribution damage from Hani, but sadly isn't enough to take down Livy.
Bread of Oceans along with rock waves, that Petrify looks and looking strong from Hani here. Finishing off the element gem along with this the genius one, so the penetration coming from Hani is bigger at this point. While we don't see any defense item for the magical unless coming from the side of Tan. So yeah, I think like they really need to think about the Athena or maybe the other item to hold up the damage from this Hani, because the later the game, the scarier it will get.
Okay, they've tried to move the rotations for the marksman and the support going on to the top and leaving Lele herself in the bottom lane, not to mention that the rotation for the turtle is actually in the bottom side, and Homegirls have freely secured that turtle. 3 people waiting there just to be in a good time. So yeah, it plays out pretty well. From even RQ, Mika didn't really get the chance to contest it. It's not because they weren't able to, but they were actually just a bit late, because from Homegirls bursting down that batch of damage in the turtle pit is just too bit of an early scheme. For Rina trying to find in again with Yogoi, Rosemary turns on with a conceal, but sadly didn't really try to pin or maybe drag to anyone with the Divine Judgment, leaving only Ton and Rina trying to compress in again with Yogoi being here in the target. Torn apart memory going in from Fufa with the hard guard pinning it down again. With the torn apart memory going up with the with Rina trying to roll around, but so far No one is taken down, but Lele and also Kadida. Oh, that much of a damage, leaving only a bit. But on the top here, Gyogoi with the I'm Offended pulling in onto the side of 3 people. Ash kind of falling up from the back. Toward apart memory, taking down Ton and leaving Gyogoi with the Bravest Fighter pushing it down again, bursting onto 3 people. But Ash is the one being to survive, but Sally is taken down by Fuba as a double kill, leaving only Livy, and is slayed also. A nice pick-off from the Homegirls.
4 members down from Ararku Mika. It was a very good start for Homegirls right there. It was a very beautiful movement from Brina. I was mentioning it before, like how this is going to be good if they have the Basha. I think for this point, the Lapu Lapu was going into a really good direction. Diving in, using the Justice Blade along with the Bravest Fighter and followed up fastly with Rina and also Fafao. It was a very good situation for the side of Homegirls, and they are taking that opportunity to get it to the side of Homegirls, and they're not only getting the kills but also getting the lead on the top lane, which gonna help them to have a better vision on the hand of Homegirls. So if you're talking about the gold lead right now, it's changed to the side of Homegirls. They are now leading by 1.5k, 1.3k on the head of Homegirls. They also need to have that kind of momentum again to push back our Kimika's presence.
Okay, our Mika has started the lore, but then again, pulling in with the I'm Offended. Rosemary needs to go back, and a bit of a pin down there with the heavy spin. With Hani with the rough waves popping in again, but Sally didn't really hit anybody in the back line. Lele is just ready to aim in with the electrifying beats, taking down Fao Fao. And a secure kill from Livy, leaving on Arena, and Ash tried to budge in again with that much of a damage and needs to move back. Bit of a stun there, getting in with all of the kill. Another I'm Offended, taking it down with Ash right in the middle here, trying to burst in with the Bravest Fighter, but Sally, that much of a burst, didn't even get the second chance to move back, and Lele is just too powerful.
I mean, like, the rotation from this Joy is just gonna be like everywhere. Look at that one. Going for the Blood Wings directly after finishing off the Holy Crystal. It's just a perfect thing for Lele, and after that she can go for Divine Glaive. Well, for this Ash already having that golden staff along with the Demon Hunter Sword, and maybe going respecting towards the Wind of Nature is not a bad thing, but if she wants to go for the Wind Talker is also not a bad idea here for the side of Ash. Well, we can see the Lord that is marching to the mid lane. They're just gonna be doing the 3-lane push here. At least they can give the pressure towards Homegirls and maybe even taking the outer turrets.
Okay, I would say that Lord is quite a bit of a miss, I guess, from Mika. They didn't really try to utilize it very well, and even so, they are still able to push down a turret right in the middle one onto tier 2, leaving only their base turrets wide open. And for me, Mika is just waiting for a good match here. Rika with I'm Offended, and all skills are going out, and that much of a burst. This is the tank killer that we are talking about on today's match.
That is a very beautiful movement here for the side of RQ. Now they are caging up the players from Homegirls. They are not letting them to try to get on something and maybe even try to scrape some golds to fall it back.
Okay, I'm Offended with the heavy spin, trying to burst out Ash, leaving only a bit of a health there. Bravest Fighter is forced to pop out as a defensive move.
But that's the thing. Bravest Fighter is like, what, 26 seconds, 25 seconds? So they're still going to be having another Bravest Fighter for later on. And it was not that long for the cooldown. So I think like for Homegirls, they just need something.
Okay, Divine Judgment going in again. A Petrify from Gyogoi with a nice flicker defensive and a hard guard saving in the right time here today. Bursting it down, leaving all of that skill wide open is quite expensive information. Reminder that both teams don't need to wait that much longer because of the Lord. It's just going to respawn in 30 seconds.
And I think they will be having the things that they want. I mean, like, this is only like 12 minutes, and I think it's almost like full item for some of the players from the side of our Mika. And for Rina knows getting tankier, and she knows what she needs. She's using the blade armor right now to mirror the damage towards us, reflecting the damage to them. So in case that she's gonna be having to dive in to the side of our Mika, they will be ready for any kind of circumstances here. They try to go for bushes, doing ambush kind of thingy towards Homegirls, but Homegirls doesn't realize yet that there is a crisis coming from the side of Rina.
Okay, they've tried to barge in with the Lord. They're just trying to pull out away. Maybe a lot of skills are going to pop in again. Rina is trying to set up right in the middle. RQ Mika with the conceal going in from Yogoi. Okay, getting it with that. I'm offended with Rosemary taken down again. But then again, Lele is just saving the right time onto the back line, and a nice killing spree, taking down the Angela. Without the hard guard, it would be very, very hard. But then again, a follow-up damage of the torn apart memory has taken down Lele. But then again, Tan is just pushing everybody down with a nice retribution right on time with that heavy spin. But sadly, leaving only 2 members from RQ Mika trying to pull in again with I'm Offended. But that is just too powerful to handle, because leaving only 2 players from RQ Mika bursting down everybody would be very hard.
The Lord's gonna be marching from the bottom lane, but losing 3 members on that war is not a right thing to be done right there. I think the I'm Offended open directly to Homegirls, and only 1 member being picked at that situation, but not even killing it off. It was a huge problem for our Mika. It's the biggest mistake at that point, and they're still continuing the war despite that they know they don't have a big resources to go and aim for more. And now Gyogoi doing a little bit of movement with the Lord that is marching in the bottom lane, and also the help coming from Leafy and Ash. They are very confident with the Lord that is marching along with Tan, and also Lele that is ready on the bottom lane.
Okay, pulling in again with the Lord, barging in from the lower lane, getting in with the rough waves, putting it down, trying to find a good mark here. Torn apart memory, trading it down, but even Gyokoi's immortality has been taken down also with the vengeance, and also the hard guard pulling it again, but even leaving only 1 of the members from Ash is taken down. Even Carrie getting the double kill is just far too immense. Leaving 2 members of Homegirls, they need to defend this very, very well. Not to mention from the middle lane, try to burst down again. Hani with the rough waves initiating it, but 5 people is just too hurtful, and even bursting down a shutdown from Ash and leaving Fafa only herself here to defend. But then again, no one is alive to be here in defending in the second game, and it's all clear. A 2-0 for RQ Mika.
Almost being taken to the 3rd game here by the side of Homegirls, but RQ Mika re-evaluating inside of the game. They are fastly adapting to the condition and able to survive